Hello my friends, and welcome back. Today, I want to tell you a story that feels almost like magic. It is a story of light hidden inside darkness, of quiet hard work, and of a woman who changed the world forever. Have you ever wondered how one person can discover something that no one else could see? Today, we are going to talk about Marie Curie, a scientist and a true pioneer. Her life is not only about science, but also about courage, patience, and deep curiosity. She worked with something invisible, something dangerous, yet something powerful. And her discoveries still help us today, especially in medicine and technology. Let us travel back in time, to the year 1867. Marie Curie was born in Warsaw, in Poland. Her real name was Maria Sklodowska. At that time, Poland was not a free country. It was under the control of another empire. Life was not easy, especially for families who valued education and independence. Maria's parents were teachers. Her father loved science and had many instruments at home. Young Maria was very curious. She liked to touch, observe, and ask questions. Can you imagine a child looking at scientific tools like toys, but also like mysteries to solve? But life soon became difficult. Her family lost money, and her mother became very ill. When Maria was still young, her mother died. This was a very sad moment in her life. It made her stronger, but also more serious. She learned early that life can be hard, but you must keep going. Education was very important to her. However, women were not allowed to study at universities in Poland at that time. So what could she do? Should she give up her dream? No, she chose a different path. Maria and her sister made a plan. First, Maria would work as a governess and earn money. Then, she would help her sister study in Paris. Later, her sister would help her in return. This shows teamwork and sacrifice. It also shows a common idiom, where there's a will, there's a way. It means if you really want something, you will find a solution. For several years, Maria worked long hours, teaching children in other families. She sent money to her sister and studied in her free time. It was not easy. She felt lonely sometimes. But she never forgot her goal. Finally, in 1891, Maria moved to Paris. This was a big moment in her life. She changed her name to Marie and joined the University of Paris, also known as the Sorbonne. Imagine arriving in a new city, with little money, no family, and a big dream. How would you feel? Marie lived in a small, cold room. Sometimes she did not have enough food. She studied during the day and at night. She was focused and determined. Soon, her hard work paid off. She became one of the top students in physics and mathematics. During her studies, she met a man named Marie Curie. He was also a scientist. They shared a love for science and discovery. They spent hours talking, thinking, and experimenting. Their partnership was both personal and professional. They got married and began working together. Now, here comes the most exciting part of the story. At that time, scientists were studying something called radiation. A scientist named Henri Becquerel discovered that uranium could give off invisible rays. These rays could pass through objects and affect photographic plates. It was something new and mysterious. Marie became very interested in this topic. She decided to study these invisible rays for her research. She worked in a simple laboratory. It was not modern or comfortable. It was more like a shed, with basic equipment. Can you imagine making world-changing discoveries in such a place? Marie tested many materials. She noticed something strange. Some materials gave off stronger radiation than uranium. This was surprising. It meant there was something new to discover. After months of hard work, Marie found a new element. She named it polonium, after her home country, Poland. This was her way of honoring her roots. Later, she discovered another element, which was even more powerful. She named it radium. Radium was amazing. It glowed in the dark with a soft blue light. It looked beautiful, almost magical. But it was also very dangerous. At that time, people did not fully understand its risks. Marie and Pierre worked day and night. They processed tons of material to get a tiny amount of radium. It was extremely hard work. They stirred heavy mixtures, breathed in chemicals, and exposed themselves to radiation without knowing the danger. Have you ever worked so hard for something, even when it seemed impossible? In 1903, Marie Curie received the Nobel Prize in Physics, along with Pierre Curie and Henri Becquerel. This was a historic moment. She became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. It was a big step forward for women in science. But life gave her another challenge. In 1906, Pierre Curie died in a tragic accident. He was hit by a horse-drawn carriage. Marie was heartbroken. She lost her partner, her friend, and her collaborator. What would you do after such a loss? Would you stop? Or would you continue? Marie chose to continue. She took Pierre's position at the university. She became the first female professor there. She kept working on her research, even through pain and sadness. In 1911, she won another Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry. This made her the first person ever to win 2 Nobel Prizes in 2 different sciences. It showed her deep knowledge and dedication. During World War I, Marie Curie did something very practical and brave. She helped develop mobile X-ray units. These were small machines that could be taken to the battlefield. Doctors used them to see inside the human body and find injuries. Marie even drove these vehicles herself. She trained other women to use the machines. Thanks to her work, many lives were saved. This shows another important idea: science is not only for discovery, but also for helping people. However, her work with radiation had a cost. For many years, she handled radioactive materials without protection. Slowly, it affected her health. She became weak and ill. In 1934, Marie Curie died from a disease caused by radiation exposure. It is called aplastic anemia. Her work had changed the world, but it also took her life. Even today, her notebooks are still radioactive. They are kept in special boxes. Scientists must wear protection to read them. Isn't it incredible that her work is still powerful after so many years? Marie Curie's legacy is everywhere. Her discoveries helped create cancer treatments, like radiation therapy. Hospitals around the world use her ideas to help patients. Her name is remembered with respect and admiration. But beyond science, her story teaches us something deeper. She shows us the meaning of persistence. This is a key word. Persistence means continuing to work towards something, even when it is difficult. She also shows curiosity, which is the desire to learn and understand. And here is a useful idiom: she broke the glass ceiling. This means she succeeded in a field where women were not expected to succeed. Marie Curie opened doors for many women after her. Now let me ask you something. What can we learn from her story for our own lives? Maybe you are learning English right now. Sometimes it feels hard. Maybe you forget words. Maybe you feel shy when speaking. But remember Marie Curie. She faced bigger challenges, and she did not give up. Learning a language is also a journey. Step by step, day by day, you improve. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Try to be curious, like Marie. Ask questions. Read, listen, and speak as much as you can. Use new words again and again. This is how your brain learns. And most importantly, believe in yourself. Even if others doubt you, even if the path is difficult. As we said before, where there's a will, there's a way. So today, we learn not only about a great scientist, but also about courage, love for knowledge, and the power of hard work. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, write a comment below, what inspired you most about Marie Curie? See you in the next video, where we will explore another amazing story together. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and never stop being curious.